What is up, and welcome back, Wargamers. This is Battleshock Wargaming Studio, and we're getting ready to play another exciting game of Warhammer Age of Sigmar. I'm Michael, this is Andrew, and he is going to tell us our matchup today.
Today we got the Daughters of Khaine, led by Morathi herself, going up against Be'lakor in a core group of Chosen, along with some other smatterings of interesting pieces. We got some Dark Oath and Rats. This is a list that was brought up. Shout out to the Always Strikes Last podcast. This is where I heard about a list very similar to this, and this is our facsimile of that list, and I'm testing it out today. We'll see how it goes.
Speaking of shout-outs, big shout-out to Into the AM for sponsoring this video today. There's going to be a link in the description box down below to their website, and I highly suggest you guys check that out. They're always putting in new designs and things like that, so it's always worth rechecking and see what they have. But these shirts are worth the little bit of extra that you're going to pay for them because they last so well. I've had dozens of these that are in my collection that I've had for well over a year and a half now, and they still look brand new. Every single time I put them on, I absolutely love them. Highly recommend. So check that link out down below. Make sure you elevate your fashion today like we have done as well. Big shout out to all of our channel members. They are the real heroes of our channel, and they go above and beyond to help support us. Thank you so much. If you want to become a member today, hit that join button down below. Get access to all of our extra perks, including, most importantly, 4 extra battle reports every month. But we also have things like tactics talks, behind the scenes looks, and I'm even trying to get Andrew to make us some more custom emojis.
More peaches, folks.
More peaches. He did all of our peach emojis, and those are really fun. So check that stuff out down below. And then if you want to become a Lord or Commander, you'll get access to our championship program, and you'll get to pick one of our models to be your champion in the Mortal Realms to represent you. And it's been really fun because then we get to live in the glory with our members when they succeed. And then we also just get to wallow in defeat when Mangler Squigs can't make charges.
Wouldn't you like to greater wallow in defeat when we do?
So with all that being said, let's take a look at the lists we're playing today. Daughters of Khaine are back on the tabletop today. We are taking the battle formation Scathe Coven for some fights first action on the snakes if they make a charge of 8+. Leading my general's regiment, we have Morathi-Khaine. She's a level 3 wizard and she's +1 to cast. She's also going to be hanging out with the Shadow Queen. And then they have a max cap of 3 wounds per turn on these guys, so they're going to be hanging around for a little bit. Then we have a reinforced unit of Blood Sisters. These guys have 3 shots apiece at a very nice range, so they're really good at doing damage at a distance. And then we have 2 units of Doomfire Warlocks. These guys are wizards. They're very fast, and they're excellent screens, and they do a little bit of shooting and fighting as well. Leading my next regiment, we have the Bloodrack Medusa. She's a level 1 wizard. She's going to be my zealous orator so that we can do a little bit better at rallying as well. And then hanging out in her regiment, we have a reinforced unit of Blood Stalkers. These guys can make things fights last, and they're also damaged too with crit mortals on those spears, so they can really bring the pain. Finally, we have a reinforced unit of Canary Heartrenders. I'm kind of digging this unit being reinforced. They can drop down. It's a fair amount of shooting that can bring damage into a specific target, and then after they shoot, they can scoot away to safety. That's it for the Daughters of Khaine. Let's see what Andrew brought.
I'm taking the Slaves of Darkness today. I'm taking them in the Dark Oath Horde subfaction, meaning that if I have a Dark Oath hero on the board, Dark Oath units can come back from the dead outside of 3 inches and wholly within 6 inches of the board edge on a 3-up. My general is, of course, Be'lakor, the Dark Master. Y'all know what he does. Y'all love him. He gets +1 damage on the charge with his tail. Does that mean he charges butt first? I have a unit of Chaos Chosen with the Dread Banner, meaning any enemy units that are in combat with them cannot use commands. They do Chosen stuff. They fight twice. They kill anything they touch if they touch it properly. I have a Dark Oath Chieftain on War Steed. He can fight first if he kills a hero or a monster, which is neat. He's just there leading my Fell Riders, who will be able to reroll charges if he's around. I have a unit of Dark Oath Fell Riders. They have javelins, allowing them to get some shooting in, and they get some extra rend if they're fighting a unit one-on-one. I have a unit of Dark Oath Marauders. They're just bodies. That's what they're there for. Let's move on. I have Eternus, the Blade of the First Prince. He gets extra damage in the charge, but his big thing is that he will come back from the dead on an 8-up on a 2d6 roll, with that being a 7-up if Bellicor is still around. He also can turn off commands within 12 inches of him on a 5-up, which is really handy. We're adding some rats to this soup. We got Voltclaw's Engine Coven. These guys do a bajillion shots, mostly anti-cavalry in nature. Once per game, I can give them +1 to hit and an extra 3 inches on their shots. And they also are invisible as long as they're hovering around that rattling warp blaster there. Well, the warp blaster will be visible. It's a giant freaking gun. That's it for the Slaves of Darkness. Let's see what battle plan we're playing today.
Our battle plan today is close to the chest. This is a 6-objective mission, and our territories are going to be these little elves that are going to be in opposite quarters from each other. The twist today is at the start of each turn, the player who is not the active player must pick one objective in their territory to be the primary objective until the start of the next turn. At the start of their turn, after the opponent has picked the primary objective, the underdog can roll the dice. On a 5-up, the opponent must pick a different objective to be the primary objective for that turn. Each player is going to score victory points at the end of their turns as follows. 1 victory point if you control at least 1. 1 victory point if you control 2 or more. 2 victory points if you control more than your opponents. 2 victory points if you control the primary objective. And then 4 victory points if you completed the battle tactic that you chose to attempt this turn. For deployment phases stuff, I'm going to try something goofy, and I'm going to give special assignment anti-infantry to the Shadow Queen.
I guess I'll give bodyguard to my chosen and anti-infantry to my marauders.
Nice. Very good. Give them a Pippa Wren. They need it.
Yay.
Let's see who has initiative. Battle round 1 is upon us. I was 2 drops to your 4. Mm-hmm. And normally, I would hand off the turn. But I'm going to take it. And the reason I want to take it is twofold. I want to try and get into the Skaven shooting as fast as possible because they are a real threat to Morathi, just being able to ping 3 damage to her. Secondly, the Shadow Queen can cross the table and get into Chosen turn 1. If I get my run and charge off and all that kind of stuff, like I can just sail across the table. If I do that, he's going to have to waste his Dark Master turn 1 to keep me like standing still, which I think is fine. I feel like that's fine. Now we have to select primary objectives.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, which one's you want it to be the one that I'm running at?
Yeah, the one that you're running at.
Okay. Primary objective. Very good. Top of phase. We're going to touch the place of power with Morathi. We're good. And then with the Medusa. Also good.
I'm going to touch it with Bellicor. He's good. Everybody's good.
Everybody's good. Morathi is going to cast for Steed. Tide of Steeds. I feel like that always feels backwards.
It's Tide of Shadows.
No, it's not.
Or
Steed of Shadows.
Steed of Shadows.
Tides of Shadows. Teeds of Sides. The Steed of Shadows. Oh, it's a horse made of shadows that you like ride.
Yeah, it used to be, back in the day, it used to be Teats of Shadows, but they changed things around here.
Goes off on a 7.
Goes off on a 7. I will attempt to unbind that with broccoli. No.
Okay, so we got run and charge. And then the Medusa is going to do the same to the sisters. Mm-hmm. With the fighty snakes.
Mm-hmm. Whoa.
That goes off on 12. You can't unbind it.
Can't unbind that.
Yep. So they both have run and charge. Uh-huh. And then Morathi's going to go for Mind Razor on the fighty sisters. No. Morathi's going to try and bring out the Suffocating Gravetide.
Suffocate.
Snake
bombing.
Oh no. Okay, good. That's an 8.
Suffocating Gravetide.
Yes.
That's okay.
The Doomfire Warlocks on that side are going to try and bring out the Purple Sun. Nope. And then on this side, let's go for a Shackles. No.
Okay.
I believe that's all my heroic phase stuff. Any responses?
All right, so my response is, first of all, I do have to Bellacore you and turn the Shadow Queen off.
Okay.
I'm the shadowier of the shadow people. Next up, what we're gonna do is the bridge. The Screaming Bridge, we're on +1, so +1, -1.
Sixes.
On dice, that's an 8. Can you unbind?
No. No.
Aha! So you have an 8-inch move, right? Did you run in charge on them as well, or just Morathi?
Yeah, on them
Both of
too.
them. So you can go 14 potentially. Oh, that goes. Oh, okay.
Yeah, that gets right to them.
Yeah, I probably should put it right in front of them just to make it hard for you to do anything. Like that.
Yes.
It's nice and cozy. We'll go like this and like that.
The bridge has landed directly in front of those chosen, essentially making it nigh impossible to charge the chosen.
Nigh indeed.
So let's move some stuff. Movement phase is complete, and we were very conservative. We sent up the Doomfire Warlocks because I don't really care about those guys. Those Doomfires are going to chase down your Fell Riders. These Doomfires moved up onto the point, taking the flanks, and then we're going to do some terrible shooting into Eternus. And then I originally had planned on coming down and trying to come into the Skaven, shoot them, move. The problem is I'm going to take an Unleash Hell, and that will effectively turn off their shooting for a turn, because you'll just turn around and kill them. But I've already turned off your shooting for one turn by mostly running away.
Running away.
I would much rather save this big block of shooting and taking points and taking objectives for later when it can actually do something.
Yeah.
But this is not the alpha pin that I was planning for. This is much more of a like, oh, now I have to dance around the board. So let's do some terrible shooting into Eternus. Take 4, no red.
3 ups. Takes 1. Does he have a ward?
Most of the mortals don't.
Yeah. Pretty sure he don't. There he is. No ward.
We have some more bad shooting into these Fell Riders. That's 4. No rent.
5s. Take 2.
That's it for my shooting.
Mm-hmm.
Responses.
Responses. Well, you're 2 out of range over there, so I'm good on that.
Let's charge. Dark Riders. Dark Riders. Doomfire Warlocks. Yes. Suffocating Gravetard is gonna. That's 9 with the Gravetard. Whee!
All right.
The Doomfire Warlocks are going to activate. Since I haven't spent any command points, I think I'm going to spend 1. And I am going to all-out attack. 2. I got 3 at Ren 1.
6s. There, take 6 damage.
It's a horse? No, it's
2 horses.
No, it's single damage. I don't get charge damage.
Oh, you don't get charge damage?
No.
Okay.
Every other cavalry does. Well, most cavalry does.
Oh, it's Mind Rager. That's what does that. Yeah.
Yes.
I keep associating 2 damage with them.
You were like, I know it happened once.
Yeah.
And then my my Dark Steed's Vicious Bites. They don't kick you, they bite you.
Oh, they bite you.
3. No rent.
3 and no rend. 5s. Take 2. Killed another horse. Fell Riders coming back at you. 4s and 4s with their javelins. Let's go, boys and girls.
Okay.
2 at no rend.
I failed them both.
Oh, 1 damage apiece.
Yeah.
And now the horses. These horses do kick you.
Oh.
1, no rend.
Saved it.
Oh.
And I had wards.
Oh.
I take a damage.
Oh, all right.
And then the suffocating Gravetide is going to fight you, but we're going to do that off camera.
Mm-hmm.
The Daughters of Khaine have completed their turn, and we score 8 points because we hold 1, 2 more, not the primary, and then we complete our battle tactic of take the flanks. We are going to select the objective that Morathi is standing on, or the Shadow Queen is standing on, to be the primary, and we're going to hand the turn off to you. So what's your battle tactic?
I am going to do, what did I say it was? Oh, the Chaos one.
Ordained Charge.
Yeah, charge with 2 units and have one of them end on an objective.
Easy.
Easy. Eternus is right there.
He is.
Cool. And with that, let's start things off with Be'lakor. He's going to touch the place of power. He gets it. We're going to roll for the... Okay, go ahead.
I would like to touch the place of power as well, and I'm going to do it with Morathi. With Morathi. Yeah.
Yeah. And then we're going to also pop the Nexus Chaotica for 4 and spend 3 of those. And be +2 to cast.
Nice.
Be'lakor is now going to attempt to unbind the Gravetide, because it's very annoying. It does not unbind. And that's very annoying. We'll give them the 3d6 charge anyway. Might as well.
Might as well. They can come over here and fight some Doomfires.
Yep. All right. 3d6 charge. That's 9.
Unbound.
Wow. Okay. All right, so spellcasting was uneventful. My last bit of my hero phase, I'm just going to pledge these guys to Slanesh so that they can maybe grab that objective in case things go awry over here with Eternus. Yeah. So let's rock and roll.
Morathi's going to spend a CP going down to 2. And we're going to try and bring out the Purple Sun.
Oh.
That comes out on a 11.
No. Got it.
That was a speculative Purple Sun, and then we can go into movement.
Movement. You got your redeploy. You did not roll a 5 or a 6, so Eternus can tag those guys and remain on that objective, which means getting my battle tactic is still quite possible.
You just got to make a charge.
Just got to make a charge.
No problem.
Yep, no problem. Yep, charges. Eternus. Let's go. That's good. Pop him right in there. Bloop. Nice. And the Dark Oath Chieftain. He's good as well. Wow, he's really fast. Dark Oath Chieftain coming in. 3s and 3s crit mortals because I'm all attacking. That's 2 mortal wounds. As well as... Wow, 3 at Ren 1.
6 damage from that?
So 8 damage total.
6s. Takes 7 damage. It should be 2.5 horses.
2 horses and one on 2 wound.
We're going to hit you back with my Dark Scimitars. 6 at Ren 1.
6 at Ren 1, 4 ups. Takes 1.
And then the horses. 4.
4.
No rent.
Go, Eternus, go! Takes 1 more. Dark Oath coming at you again. 4s and 4s. Hiya! Hiya! 2, no rend.
Save 1 for 1. Save it.
No. Horses. 5s and 3s. 1, no rend.
Saved it.
6 attacks from Eternus. 3s and 3s.
All out defensy.
3, rend 1.
I
Jeez.
saved 2.
3 damage.
I take 2 damage. My tanky horses.
I hate these guys so much. All right, 4s and 3s. 1 and 1.
Let's save it.
Okay. Did you take that objective from me, or wait?
I'm 2 and you're at 2. Because you didn't kill anything.
I guess I have to. Do I have to own the objective?
And you control that objective.
Freaking stupid.
I outhorsed you.
Oh my gosh.
Would you like to power through on them and feel better?
Yeah, I'll power through over there, I think.
3
3
more
damage.
Okay, you got a horse.
If I just did 1 more damage. If I just did 1 more damage, then I would have.
Yes. Yeah, it was.
Turn this to 2 damage.
Stupid.
Stupid. This is the tankiest, freaking stupidest. I hate these guys.
Dude, and like before the game too, you were like, I hate Doomfire Warlocks. And then out of nowhere, Doomfire Warlocks are like, what if we're good?
Yeah. Oh, by the way, Eternus is over here. He powered through.
Oh, he can. Yeah, he can do.
Yeah,
he
yeah,
can go wherever he wants. I figured you were just trying to do damage.
No, I want to get away from those guys.
Not in 3 inches?
Not within 3 inches.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
There you go.
Stupid dark.
So unfortunately, you only hold 1, 2, not more. Didn't do a tactic, so it's 2 points to my 8. The silver lining here is you can double and get a battle tactic.
Yep. So it makes me wish that I move those guys a little more forward.
So let's roll for battle round 2. I'm going to hand you the turn because I'm not in a position to capitalize on the double.
Okay. I said that too
Yes.
enthusiastically and made you second guess yourself.
No. It's the right call because me handing the turn to you means that you take a double and then I have the possibility of a double later. It is the right call. Keep thinking it's the right call. We'll be back. Battle round 2, Slaves of Darkness.
You gave me the turn,
Yes, sir.
and I'm still feeling salty from last turn. Eternus, I forgot to do is turn off the command thing. I could have turned off that all at defense and done a lot more damage to you.
Possibly.
Possibly. What I'm going to do is take the flanks, because I got plenty of units around the flanks. We're going to start off with the Nexus Chaotica. Gets 5 points. We're going to give some of those to +1 to Bellicor, so it's going to go up to 3. And we're going to place a power. Get it.
I'm going to place a power on the Medusae.
Oh.
I don't want to keep risking it with Morathi. Okay.
Oh, you could have done Morathi. Think about that for next time.
I'm going to take my good fortunes and go home with them.
We're going to try to unbind that Gravetide again. There we go. Feel so much better now. And let's do 3d6 charge on the Chosen. That is 9.
I'm bound.
Freaking. What is with these dice right now? Okay, we're going to pledge them to Slaanesh anyway, so they'll be 3d6 charging.
Okay.
This turn.
Yep.
Yeah, that's set for me.
I'm going to spend a command point for magical intervention, and we're going to try and bring out the malevolent maelstrom. Does not go off.
Cool. Movement phase. movement phase is complete, getting out of our really awkward and non-optimal positioning from last turn. But we're making do with what we got. Eternus is going to go grab that flank. He could easily redeploy and deny me with those dudes, those freaking dudes.
Those freaking dudes, the Doomfires.
The Doomfires. And we decided to declare that we're gonna pop off our once per game +1 to hit and +3 inch for my shooting for my Skaven. That means.
Did you auto run them?
Yes.
Good, because I also spent a CP to redeploy, getting 6 inches away with my snakes. Couldn't use all of it. Now going to shooting.
Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're gonna start things off with this little dude right here. He's the only one in range to those Doomfires, and we're gonna shoot him.
This is the warp fire.
Warp. This is the Warp Volt Scourgers.
Okay. 2d6 shots.
2d6 shots. Boom. 5 shots. 3 at rend 2.
6s to wards. I take 2 damage.
The Rattling Warp Blaster is going to blast those bow snakes way in the back there. I'm going to more and more Warp Storm bullets this one, and overwhelming fire. So I'm going to be +2 to hit, and I'm doing 66 shots. Ones are mortals to myself. Figure this is a great time to blow your load. 17, 20 shots. All right, 3s and 3s, crit auto wounds. 7 total, I ran 1.
Right. Save 2, and then wards.
Mm-hmm.
So 2 go down.
Yep, charges. Let's do the Chosen. Let's do the Chosen. They need a pretty big charge. Try and get into those snakes over there.
Yeah.
That's
not enough on that side, but it is enough to get the purple sun.
Okay, I'm going to do some measuring because it's really technical. Like, I want to be able to pile into them with my second pile in. So, because
if you go straight 10 that way,
yeah,
you'll probably be fine.
Made my charge. Any counter charges?
Absolutely not.
Don't want to counter charge my Chosen?
Absolutely not.
Okay. We're going to activate the Chosen first. We're going to do a weird pile in to try and get closer to those daughters. And we're going to go all into the Purple Sun for our first activation. All right. Can 8 Chosen kill a Purple Sun?
Gotta hope so.
All
if they can't, it's your fault.
That is 8 mortal wounds so far.
It's a very good start.
6 at rend 1.
6s. Okay. Wards, 6s.
Oh,
he's dead. Slap fight for the ages. We have some scimitars into your cavalry. To wound. 1 wound at rend 1.
Into which one? This would be a 6-up, by the way. Okay.
That's into your regular cavalry.
Regular cavalry. So 1 more dead.
Is it? Hit me with your lord.
Yes. Lord first.
Lords first. Out of my way.
5 attacks, 4s and 3s. Crit mortals. Steed. 5s. Nothing.
You might as well go ahead with the cavalry.
Go ahead with the other cavalry. So we got 5 attacks, 4s and 4s. Oh yeah. 1.
Oh, nice.
No rend. Oh.
Yeah, I got it.
Oh, jeez. Right.
I like the suspense there when it was under your hand.
Yeah, 5s and 3s and the horses. Nothing.
Excellent.
Wow.
Yeah, those guys are all doing
I
great.
hate Doomfire Warlocks. We did some really janky, annoying pile-ins around these really janky, annoying pieces of terrain.
It was very precise.
Precise.
Yes.
It was precise, yes.
Beautifully executed.
Beautifully executed operation. We're going to put 10 attacks into the snakes and 2 attacks into Morathi.
Yeah, you only got 4.
4 dudes. So 4 dudes, so that's 12 attacks. Yeah, so that should be 13 attacks because of the sergeants in there. Wait, or... Yes, so 13 attacks. 2 of them into Morathi and 10 into the snakes. 3 into Morathi and 10 into the snakes.
Got it. Snakes?
Snakes.
Do it.
We're all out attacking, so 2s and 3s, crit mortals. That's nice. That's 6 mortals so far. That's 3 at rend 1.
6s. So.
So that's 12 damage.
So 5 dead.
5
dead
dead
snakes.
snakes. Into Morathi, 2s and 3s, crit mortals. That's lovely. Lovely. 1 at Rin 2. Win 1.
Save it.
Okay.
Morathi's going to fight you back. We have 5 attacks with our Heartrender and Bladed Wings. 3 at Rin 2. 3 Rin 2.
5s. 2.
2 damage each.
All right, 4 damage, kills 1. Right, that was my turn. 10 points. Funky, dissatisfying, but I, got 10 points and I lifted half of a unit of snakes. So, not the worst. Just have to deal with the Shadow Queen to the face. But she's over there, not over here, which is nice.
That is a better spot to put something, yes.
Yes. Yeah, with that, what will you be doing for your turn?
I'm going to fight 2 and don't die because I have things that can fight, and the things that can die can safely walk away without getting exploded. So, I'm pretty okay with that. I'm going to touch a place of power with Morathi. Okay, and we get +1 to cast with Morathi. We are going to spend one of our precious CP, going down to 1, and we're going to rally our snakes, specifically our fighty snakes. And we have a Zealous Orator over there, so we get a couple extra dice.
That's irritating.
Well, I only get 2 snakes.
Still irritating.
Our Medusa is going to cast Run and Charge on our fighty snakes. That goes off on a 9. Do you want to unbind it?
Yeah. Yeah, nope.
Okay. So Run and Charge on the fighty snakes. And then Morathi is going to cast for Mind Razor on the Shadow Queen. It doesn't go off.
Yay.
6, 7, 8. It does go off because of +2.
No, you did place power?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Mind Razor.
No.
We're going to be up to Ren 4.
No.
Because of special assignment. Yeah. Oh, no. And then I keep looking for where it says Daughters of Khaine, but unfortunately I don't know how to read. Let's bring out a Purple Sun. Goes off on an 8.
I failed all my unbinds. That goes off.
And then how about a Doomfire? It is for my last spell, and this will go right at your Chosen. That goes off on an 8. This is D3 Mortal Wounds. It'd be D6 if you still had a full 10. Take 3 mortals. Doomfires on the other side, just the 2 Doomfires, are going to Shackles.
Okay.
Shackles comes out. On to your Fell Riders. 2 Mortal Wounds. And then on to the Dark Oath. Nothing. Finally, we're going to do a Suffocating Gravetide from this unit of Duders. Oh, and they perilled. No! And they take 1 mortals and a horse dice.
And you got your
oh, I do have wards. Horse dice. I have nothing. You want to do anything?
Okay. I'm going to save it for more offensive stuff.
So you have no reactions?
No reactions.
Let's move. Movement phase is complete. We have encircled Eternus, and we're going to try and fight him with our snakes. Our Canary have dropped down. We've decided to start putting some pot shots into Be'lakor, mostly because I still can't tag any of the shooting, and doing some damage in Be'lakor I think has value right now. I have ran away from the Dark Oath on the side, and I stayed in with Morathi so that you couldn't redeploy away from me. Right? I'm hoping that they just die. and I don't have to worry about taking mortals from retreating. That's about it. No redeploys for you. So we're going to activate our first shooting attack, and it's going to be the Blood Rack Stare into your chosen. Hits on a 2. It hits, and then it's 8 dice, mortals on 5s. 1 mortal wound.
Okay.
The Shadow Queen is going to gaze upon you. Hits on a 2. Wounds on a 2. Ren 2. Ren 3.
6. Oh, that's close.
3 damage.
Kills a dude.
Bloodstalkers are going to fire into you.
3
3 shots apiece. 3s and 4s. Crits. Auto wounds.
Oh, that's 3. Also,
I didn't roll. 6 at Ren 1.
4s. Take 2.
Our Khanari are going to activate. We have 21 shots with those barbed javelins. Same profile. These are 2s or 3s and 4s. Ren 1. Damage 1. 11. 4 saves.
Okay. 4s. Takes 5. Ouch.
And then we shall fire and fade for 3 inches. One of our members, Canada-born, swears by taking 2 units of reinforced Khanari, which is really cool because that's 40 shots that just come down wherever you want, blast, and then walk out.
Yeah.
And they're cheap, like this. Whereas that's a really expensive squad that does 30 shots at 18-inch range. This is gonna be 40 shots that could just fly all over the table. Really, really cool unit once it's reinforced. Do you have any more shooting?
Yeah, I'm not gonna. No, I'm good. You can go ahead.
Okay. Let's charge with the Shadow Queen.
She's in.
She's in. She does not get fight first because she doesn't have the proper keyword. Purple Sun. No. Let's go with the Medusa. Not the Medusa. The Fighty Snakes. That's an 8, so they get strikes first. Charges are complete. Any counter charges for you?
All right, I'm going to spend 2 CP on a counter charge with these Marauders here. See if I get lucky. I have enough CP that I got my all-out defense, so we'll see how it goes. Nope. Although it actually did make a charge, so I'm going to do this.
Oh, hell yeah, I'm still get on that point, bro. The Shadow Queen is going to do her combat phase ability to do some mortals to you. Take 2 mortal wounds.
1 more chosen gun.
My Blood Sisters are going to activate. We're going to spend our command point to all-out attack because I can't
Eternus says no! Well.
Oh. I was going to say because I can't do it over there. I forgot that maybe you could say no over here too. So we're hitting on 2s. We're 2s, 4s, Ren 1, damage 2, and then crit mortals. He should be... Is he almost dead? That's
He's
6
dead.
mortals.
He's dead. He's dead.
We're going to activate the Shadow Queen. You've all-out defense. We're going to start with Heartrender first. With 8 attacks. Remember, we got Mind Razor off, so we're Ren 3, damage 4 on these. 3s and 3s. 4 mortal wounds. And 2 at Ren 3.
2 at Ren 3, 5s. Takes another one.
So that's 8 total
8
so far.
Damage.
And then we have that Envenom Tail. So that's 1 more at damage, or at Ren 3. Ooh, that was 7 damage you just saved. And then we have the Crown of Serpents for only 2 attacks. 1 at Ren 1.
Good.
She whiffs sometimes.
She whiffs sometimes. Wow.
So that was 8 damage total.
8 damage total. So let's, we pull 2, and we have 2 on the unit. All right, we'll go on to Little Morathi. All right, 3s and 3s, crit mortals. That is 4 mortal wounds. I'll roll that really quick.
She's captive.
She's
Captive 3.
Cool. Hit our damage.
She will activate you. One. Run 2.
4 up. Nope, goes through.
2 damage.
Okay. Popped another dude.
I score 6 points. You had gotten 10 that turn, so you're at 12 to my 14.
Uh-huh.
And we're getting to roll off for battle round 3.
Uh-huh.
You may have the turn.
Oh, wow, thank you.
There's, since I'm now pinned in with one chosen,
Yeah.
I have no interest in doing anything, and you're still in a weird spot.
Yep.
So we will be back, battle round 3, Slaves to Darkness.
Battle round 3. I am taking Slay the Entourage. I'm going to kill that Doomfire Warlock back there because I love killing Doomfire Warlocks. Start things off with the Nexus Chaotica. Takes 1. Just going to use 3 to give Bellicor +1 to cast. Bellicor is going to give himself 3d6 charge. 5, 6, or 5. Nope, doesn't go off. He is also going to bring out the Horror Ghast. That goes off and can't be unbound. Galvanier doesn't need to do anything, right? He's pretty good. I'm going to make sure I rally Bellicor. Get him healed up. Hiya. Take deals 3.
I am going to spend no CP.
Okay, cool.
So we will be back after movement.
Yes.
Mother trucker.
Movement phase is complete. I just am scooching forward. This continues to be a game that's very annoying.
It's smart.
No.
Yeah, we're
it's
particular.
annoying. Yeah, it's smart in particular with giant pieces of terrain in the middle that can't get around. I'm going to go ahead and... So I did all my movement. Going after that Doomfire Warlock. Eternus dropped down successfully. You redeploy those bows away, so he can't go after the bows, but he can go into the snakes if he rolls a 9 on his charge. Bellicor's moving up to see if he can do some damage over here and take that point back.
Yes.
So I can grab more points. And yeah, that's about it. And I'm running these guys over this way, running that Gatling gun up that way so that we have 2 shooting threats in different spots for you to deal with.
Cool.
Cool. Let's go ahead and shoot. The rattling warp cannon thing is going to shoot at little Morathi because she has a 5-up save. 2d6 plus 3 shots for a good number of shots. 4s and 3s. See what we can do. 5, we're in 1.
4. I take 3, and she's capped out.
Capped out.
So she's at 5 damage suffered.
5 is so annoying. Wish it was 6.
Canari's into Bellicor. 7, 4 up saves.
4s. Ouch. 6s. Takes 4.
And then we scurry away. A mighty
6
scurry.
inches. Jeez. For charges, let's do some Dark Oath first. Let's do those Dark Oath Marauders. Coming in hot. That is a 7-inch charge. I want to kind of screen a little like that. Let's do the Marauder Chieftain. 6. Whoop. And the, we'll just keep them as close to the board edge as possible. Horses. Oh yeah. A 4. They can re-roll it, but cool. And Bellicor. It's a 4-inch charge. I'm going to reroll Bellicor's charge. That's a 9. I think so, yes. And Eternus.
Is this a 10?
It should have. I should have been. I wanted to be right outside. Right inside 9.5. That was my intent. So 9-inch charge. That's 9. He's in. That's that. Oh, I forgot to shoot the Horrorghast. If I can do that really quick.
Shoot the Horrorghast real quick.
He would have shot at the Canary, but yeah, we don't have to count the lost shots. It's fine. 2s and 3s. 3 damage.
Syringe?
3.
You got one guy. And then let's do rampages first.
Oh yeah. Don't have any healing over there, right?
No.
Eternus doesn't have one. Bellicor doesn't have one.
Morathi's gonna stomp you.
Oh.
Take 2 mortals and die.
Well.
So then we go to Eternus. I can't do strike last on him. He's too many wounds.
Yeah. Yep. We're gonna all attack here. 2s and 3s. 2, we're in 1.
6s.
All right, that's 6 damage.
Take 3.
4s, 3s, 1 and 1. 1 damage.
The Valiant Steed got one of them. 10 attacks with our barbed javelins back at you. We're getting +1 to hit because of battle round 3, so 2s. 7, 4 of 6.
That's better. Takes 2 more.
Might do 2 damage.
All right, Dark Oath Chieftain. Let's see him do it. 4s and 3s.
It's dead.
He's
No, wait.
dead. Taking 2.
Yep, a little more. Do some more damage.
1, we're in 1. All right, 2 damage.
4 total.
4 damage. Yay!
Yeah.
Bellicor, 8 attacks, 3s and 3s, crit auto wound. No crits, and 1 hit. Michael, look at that. That was all.
That's. I mean, that feels like Bellicor though.
Yeah.
I'll pick these up for you.
Nothing.
All right. What about his tail?
The tail, though, 2s and 2s. Let's go. Yes, sir. Let's go. Yes, sir. That's 2 at Ren 2.
Go straight through.
6 damage.
You remove 3. Or 2.5. Fighty snakes are coming at you. There's 4 mortals off the top. 7 at Ren 1 into Mr. Eternus.
Jeez.
Boy might have showed up just to die.
Uh-huh.
He's very dead.
He's very dead. He dead again. Eternus! Back to
Eternus,
the
no!
grave. No! All right, Bellicor is going to power through at the end of my turn. 1 mortal wound. 6 up. That 6 up has been a 4 up this whole game. It's insane. Then we're just going to toe into that objective.
Okay. Well, that is 8 points for you, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Because you hold 1, 2 more. You don't hold the primary. And you completed your battle tactic of slay the entourage. I am going to slay the entourage.
Okay, kill Bellicor.
I'm going to touch a place of power with Morathi. And I'm going to touch a place of power with the Medusa. Cool. And you don't have anything top of hero?
Does Bellicor want to... Not top of hero. Go ahead.
And then let's do some casting. Let's do Steed of Shadows onto the Shadow Queen. That goes off an 8. This gets run in charge. Ooh,
Unbound.
Let's give Mind Razor to the Shadow Queen. This goes off an 8. Okay. Let's get rid of this manifestation, the bridge.
Gone.
That's gone. My Medusa is going to cast for the Gravetide. That comes out on 9. Oh, where's my primary point?
Oh, this one.
We have 2 command points. We're going to rally the bow snakes.
Are they in total sorcery range? Oh, the bow snakes.
Back to full. That's my hero phase. Would you like to rally with Bellicor?
Yeah, I'm going to rally Bellicor. That's the best shot I got. That's pretty good. 4.
Is that 4 suffer?
He's 14 wounds, so yeah, 10 damage.
I got to do 10 damage.
Mm-hmm.
And 4 up save.
That is it. Yeah.
Let's move. Movement phase is complete, and we're pushing up some low-quality shots surrounding Bellicor here. I was able to squeeze a unit of Doomfire Warlocks down this aisle here, surging towards the center, so that if he wants to unleash hell, he has to shoot them, which is unfortunate. But do you not have that point?
No,
yet?
I don't have that point. That was the rally.
It's all a bluff. It's an elaborate ruse. So we're chasing down over here, and then on the other side, we're kind of just letting the Purple Sun and Little Morathi handle the Dark Oath with the assistance of the Bow Snakes. So we're splitting our forces. So let's open up with some low quality shooting into Bellicor. These are just 3s and 4s.
All right.
8. 4 up saves.
8 shots. 4 ups. Takes 1. Takes 1.
Single damage Reno. Blood Rack Medusa will do the Blood Rack stare. And then we need an immortal and a 5. Nothing. And then how about some
Doom shots.
some fires from the Doomfire Warlocks?
1 more dice.
The sergeant is dead.
Oh.
I can tell he's not carrying his scissors. 2.
The sergeant is dead. I can tell he's not carrying his scissors. 6 up.
Hey!
Hey! Bellicor.
Hey! Oh, hey! The Shadow Queen is going to gaze upon your rattling cannon. Run 2 into the rattling cannon.
6 up.
2 damage. It has 1 wound remaining.
1 wound remaining.
Are we going into show tunes mode?
Yeah. I am pretty tired.
We're splitting fire with the bow snakes. We're going to put our front rank into your Dark Oath on foot, and then we're going to put or switch that. Back rank goes into the Dark Oath on foot, and then the front rank is going to go into your Fell Riders. Into the Fell Riders. 5 at round 1.
6s. Ayo. Down to just sergeant. With 1 wound left.
So never kill him. Got it. Can do. Into the Dark Oath Marauders. 4 at round 1 into those Marauders.
6s. Did I take 4?
Single damage arenas. Shooting is complete. Let's do some charges. Let's start with the Fighty Snakes. A 9. That's what we needed. And they will get strikes first. The Medusa will charge. 6 is surely not enough to that. How about your Manifestation? No. The Doomfire Warlocks will charge. 8. Purple Sun needing something big. 8 ain't enough. Morathi needing something big. 12 will get us into those something. It'll do something.
Yep. Shadow Queen.
Shadow Queen gets an 8. Yes, Canary will attempt to charge as well because we need to surround this idiot.
I'm not an idiot.
My mama said.
Cool.
Let's do some rampages. The Shadow Queen will stomp you with her big ass tail. Take 2 mortal wounds and get wrecked.
Wrecked.
Wrecked. And then you have some fights last from Bellicor?
Bellicor on a 4-up will fight first. Well, long after your... No,
No. We're going to spend our last CP to do our Orgy of Slaughter. Fight twice. So these are 2s and crit mortals. 1. 4-up save. So 6 damage total.
Okay. Take 6. Down to 3. All right. Lovely.
Oh, I didn't move the camera on him again. We got too excited. Kanara, you're going to try. We got 2s here. 4.
4-ups. Come on, Bellicor. Come on, Bellicor. Yeah.
I feel you, bro. I feel your pain
Can
so
I
much.
throw this? No, I'm just kidding.
Just go put him back in the corner. Just you
corner.
know what you did.
Sad.
Sad Bellicor.
Bad Bellicor. All right, the Dark Oath Marauders are going to try and do a little bit of stabbing at Mrs. Stabby. 4s and 3s. The Dark Oath suck. The Dark Oath suck.
You're doing work.
They did 4. No rent.
I take 2. I take 2 damage.
Yay. Now you're at 7. It's a great number for Morathi.
Oh no! This is those Doomfire Warlocks continuing to 0-2 sit. My bad. Take 3. Rend 1.
Do they have any save? It's a warp grinder.
It's different for all of the weapons.
That goes through.
Single damage each, so that should be 1 dead weapons team.
1 dead weapons team.
This is the horse. Nothing from the horse.
Okay, weapons team.
Get me with those little shanks.
Yep, get you with the shanks. Rusty knives, 4s and 5s. 1. No rent.
Save.
Very good.
Oh, I guess the Shadow Queen has to go.
Yeah.
So Shadow Queen goes here. And then Morathi has to fight those Dark Oath. 6 dead Dark Oath.
No, they're dead.
That is it for the Daughters of Khaine. We lifted most of the Dark Oath. We got into the shooting boys, and we picked up Bellicor that turn. So it was a really, really strong turn for the Daughters of Khaine. There's very, very little left on the table. Bellicor, I don't think, should have died in that turn. He just did Bellicor things and fell over. And like, I feel your pain so much, dude, because like those 4-ups are either godlike or they're the worst save in the world.
Yep.
And that's exactly how I feel.
Bellicor,
Yeah.
Dork Master.
That's exactly it. Yeah, I got slapped off the table by pinks. Just. So it was an 8-point turn for me. Pretty good. But I think because of the board state, we're going to be calling it here.
Yeah, I think so. Do some fiddling around after off camera just to make sure.
Right. So we're going to do a roll off, see who gets turn. Maybe he can bring some stuff back. Maybe he can get some battle tactics. But it's pretty grim. Good game to you.
Good game to you too.
We're gonna roll off, and then we're gonna clean up and go to the wrap up.
I would maintain turn order.
Yep. So we'll give you a final score in just a little bit. We're here for the wrap up. Final score is going to be
42-20.
Yeah. I realized I couldn't quite read it. Not because of my eyes, but mostly because of my bad penmanship. 42-20. You failed your battle tactic turn 4. I still had 2 very easy tactics for the rest of the game, so I 10-10. And that was a game of movement, shenanigans, and like blocking things up.
Yes.
It was all critical about like when the Chosen came in versus when Morathi came in, and how those trades and interactions were going to start happening. We essentially just played with our really terrible Doomfire Warlocks and Marauders for like a turn and a half.
I hate Doomfire Warlocks.
Yeah, they were still alive at the end of the game.
Yep.
Still being annoying.
Yep.
Like still breaking through the lines and going and getting the rattling guns. Really good showing for the Daughters of Khaine. I don't think they've had such a strong showing since Jared played them last. Let's talk about your list, because you kind of brought this in from Strike Last.
Yeah, always strikes last. Yeah, so there's a few differences that I think were pretty big for what it was. Well, I don't know. Instead of the Fell Riders, it was a Wilderfiend, and instead of the Marauders, it was a set of the other
Scavengers.
Savagers. And they do crit mortals, and it would be a dude on foot instead of on horseback. He didn't need to be on horseback, and there would have been a little more damage output in that sense. Yeah, I think I was still getting the hang of it. It felt pretty good to be able to spread out a whole lot. Main thing is like things can only come back once, so I kind of had that wrong in my head. Excuse me, I had that wrong in my head, so I was like, oh, Turnus is just going to keep coming back, and he couldn't keep coming back. So he was out after killing like 3 models.
Yeah.
Which was sad. The rattling guns and those guys, the warp stuff. Those guys are pretty good, but the fact that you had the Canare was the thing that like just really mitigated that. I kept having to respect that and hide them away. You did a good job taking first turn and forcing me to Bellicor early. Yeah, and the Chosen just could not get to their optimal place. If I didn't move them, they would have been trounced, but they just couldn't do anything.
I think you definitely had to go, right? Because you were in a situation where you know that I can clear the table and come into them. So you have to come into me, or just whenever I get, like the very moment I get my run and charge off, you're like, oh, they're dead. Yeah. They're actually coming. So you brought the fight to me, and
I should have re-rolled that charge.
No. Reroll it now.
That would have been the same.
Yeah, I don't believe re-rolling a charge that's successful to get slightly, like maybe 1 or 2 guys in, I think is a huge risk. Obviously, it didn't pay off because Morathi just came in and just killed everything, or the Shadow Queen did. And then, since she was safe for so long,
yeah,
she was then a monster. She was unstoppable for 3, 4, 5. I almost always lose her turn 2, because I play her too aggressive. But I tried it a little bit differently. I love the reinforced unit of Qunari. It's just enough shooting to be dangerous. It's just enough bodies to be able to steal points. It's just enough attacks that it might do something in combat. It's like just enough of everything. But the ability to bring that many bodies down, shoot with 21 shots into something that doesn't want to get shot, is powerful. Whereas it's very similar shooting to the bow snakes, but it's just it's a little bit more precise. So I really like that. MVP for me is going to be going to the Qunari, just for those reasons. Yeah. They made you respect them. They were able to bring pain where they needed to, and they like kept your backfield really scared.
Yep.
And then LVP for me is going to go to the bow snakes.
Oh yeah, they just kind of sat in the back.
They sat in the back because they were too afraid of your shooting.
Yeah.
And then they never had a good target until like turn 3 when I was like, are those Dark Oaths? Shoot them.
Yeah.
Which was overkill. Like, but they never really had any solid target. What would be more interesting would be another reinforced unit of Qunari like, somewhere else on the table. That would be really cool. MVP, LVP? Long day.
MVP most not least. Well, I mean, the Dark Oath Chieftain got to the Demon Prince level. He just decided to take the ward so I can get that 3-up that I failed. So maybe overall, I don't know. Nothing feels good. Chosen didn't feel good. Eternus didn't feel good.
Bellicor
Horsemen
fell
were
over. He's
sad.
not even on the table.
Bellicor is in the corner of shame over there. Probably the Warp Blaster was like, did 5 damage.
Yeah.
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 That was pretty nice. Killed 2 snakes and brought Morathi down 1 level, I think. So, yeah, that was cool.
It was between manifestations and prayers and terrain. I just kind of let you not play for a game.
Yeah, I got blocked in a lot. That big piece of terrain in the middle, I think I deployed kind of wrong around it. But you have the longer threat range, which is the kind of challenge. Mm-hmm. And so I had to respect a lot of things that I didn't want to respect. Yeah, so that was kind of a rough bit.
Well, that is it for us today. Thank you so much for joining us. We're going to clean up, and we will see you next week for another battle report.